It's too big. Let me scoot back a bit. Hey, y'all. And it is April 27th. This is my little office, I call it. I do at-home teaching, online teaching. So that's been bringing home some of the Benjamins. Not many, but some. For the last few months as I've been debating which country I want to go to next. First was China. And then I had a change of heart. I wasn't really hearing good things about China, to be honest. And the position I would have taken, something like that. I can't English. It's early in the morning. Anyways, the position that I was hired for would have me doing a lot of work for little reward, financially, really, realistically. And although the cost of living in China is low, I've got, Sally Mae to deal with. So I really thought about it, and I was like, financially, it's not a good option. And to be in such a stressful situation, first foreigner at this company, and yeah, I wasn't out for that right now. So then, literally, I think I was probably have gotten my visa like a week or two later. And I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. So I canceled that. And I told them, sorry, cannot do this. Began looking for another job. Process begins again. And I landed, it was between South Korea or Saudi Arabia. I was like, go try a new country, go back to my old familiar haunts. And I decided, let me try a new country. So I was like, financially, Saudi is a better option. Within 7 months, I'll be able to have my student loan paid off, the private student loan. And I know there's nothing plus really I can say about Saudi as a liberal female Western woman. I'm just going to suck it up and just be like, hey, I don't have to worry about a bad hair day as I'm having now or what to wear. And yes, I just chucked a t-shirt over this sweater because the online teaching we do, I had to wear orange. And yeah, I'm just like, okay, I'm just going to deal with it for, that time being, the contract length. And I'm just like, oh, but I do miss South Korea. I really, really miss South Korea so badly. In comparison to other places I've lived in and worked in, South Korea, for an English teacher, I think was a great option. Pay could be better. I mean, I've been looking online, and the pay is still the same as it was when I first went in back in 2008 in most places. But a lot of people, you're still able to save, travel, pay off your debts back home, accommodation, airfare is provided for you. So those are big pluses, really. And yeah, but I've sent out my visa for Saudi, and I'm waiting for it to be approved. If it gets denied, I will immediately go to South Korea. No questions, no ifs, ands, or buts. I just feel overall you have a better chance of advancing if you're in South Korea. So I can start off working in public school for a year or 2 or 3, whatever, and then I can go work in a university. Once you're in a country, it's easier. Or I've seen a lot of people, they start off here on YouTube, and next thing you know, they have their own businesses. Maybe that I could do that. Maybe, luck would be my lady, and she'd say, finally, girl, there you go. Debts are paid off. I don't know. I don't know what the future holds for me. I'm just going to take it one day at a time. And I guess that's one of the perks of being young, single, and no strings attached. I don't have any kids to worry about, just my cat just my cat, pretty much. My mom took the dog. So, and I think she's going to take the cat as well. She goes crazy for that cat. So I don't really have anything tying me back to one particular place, holding me down, and it's another burden. My only burden, really, are my student loans. Knock on wood, that's it. I mean, it's like a house mortgage, because I have 2 loans, private and Department of Education. So at least the Department of Education, that's in the pay-as-you-go type of loan forgiveness thing. So you just pay the interest charges. You don't have to make a monthly payment. You just pay as you can. whereas the private ones are higher interest, lower amount, but higher interest, unfortunately. So that's why I want to have paid off within like the next year. And then I can focus on the Department of Ed one. I'm sorry, I say a lot. It's early in the morning, man. It's at 8:40. It's early. But anyways, that's just what's been happening. And I'm fortunate, as I said, that I don't have anyone to really tie me into one place. I don't have that commitment of like a mortgage, car payment, like children, husband, or anything like that. I can just pick up and go, which is a plus for me. That's why I'm able to decide that I want to go to country A, B, or C. I know a lot of people do not have that option, and I'm just fortunate that I have that option. So maybe that's a plus right there for me. And eventually I know I'm going to have to figure out what I want in life. But I do know I want to be outside of the USA. I wasn't born here in the US, and most of my family are living abroad in numerous other countries as well. So realistically, it just makes more sense for me to be abroad. I do like Asia, with the exception of like Hong Kong or Japan or Singapore. Most of Asian countries, the majority, are pretty inexpensive to live in. So as I said, I could pay my student loans, travel, have a life, help out relatives if I need to, and save still. And such an opportunity I wouldn't be able to do had I stayed working in the USA. So I'm kind of glad the 2008 recession happened, because that was the reason I left the US, because I couldn't find a decent paying job. I was just folding clothing in a mall. So that's the reason I really left. It was really depressing. And once I left, I was like, I'm not looking back. That's the past. The past is in the past. And I regret ever taking out student loans, unfortunately. So do not take out student loans, okay? Just don't. Do community college, do state schools, do get every single scholarship and grant you can get. I listened to the tide that was going around back in the days. Those days, it was like, don't go to the state school, you'll get a better education at private school. I listened to that, unfortunately. Big mistake, because I got stuck with loans to pay back eventually. And the degree, I would say, unless you're going to like Harvard or Yale, and you make those connections, those networking while you're there, that networking, it doesn't matter if it's from a state school or a private school. Because in the end, I still couldn't get a job when I graduated. And it was like, get experience or get a master's. So can't get experience if no one wants to hire you. So I ended up getting more debt, taking out a master's. And now I'm working in a field which is totally unrelatable to what I studied. I studied politics. And I'm teaching now, English. So eventually, once I have that paid off, I will save up some money, pay cash, and do an online Master of Ed program. As I said, no more loans. I'm done with loans. I'm done with credits, everything like that. So that's just my little tidbit of advice for you guys, all right? If you're planning on going to college, university. So yeah, as I said, I have nothing keeping me back, and I'm just taking it one day at a time. I'm Netflixing like crazy, and DVR. Oh my God. Amazing. I've been so deprived of good television programs all these years abroad. Unbelievable. Right now, actually, a new series that I've been hooked on was Lucifer. Really good. Lucifer and Damien, by the way. Both of them are really good. And another one I've caught up on, like Once Upon a Time. Love that. What's another one I've been watching a lot? What's it? Oh, Naked and Afraid. I cannot do that. I mean, something might be crawling on my coochie, and I'm like, no. So, all right. So yeah, that's what I've been spending my time doing. And eating a lot of food that I haven't tasted in a long time. So I've been happy with that since I've returned to bug my relatives for a while. And the one plus about this work at home thing is I can be anywhere around the world, and I can work at home while teaching. So I was in Malaysia for a while, and then came back because I had to do the visa stuff within the US. So anyways, so that's just what's happening with me. And I hope you guys all have a grand day. Peace and love, my sexies. Bye-bye.